following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from the wasteland, weighing in at 220 pounds, he is the God of War, the Savage King!
As we get things started here, Sammy, this has the potential to be one of my favorite nights of action thus far for Rogue Glory, as all night we are going to see somewhat of a guard here of Reality of Wrestling stars face off against all brand new talents.
I gotta put my jacket back on, Kirby, because a cold breeze just brushed through because the gatekeeper of Reality of Wrestling, the Savage King, ready for competition.
Well, as of late, he's been less of a gatekeeper and more of a true measuring stick for where you truly stand in Reality of Wrestling.
Fighting out of Houston, Texas, by way of Los Angeles, California, he's known for dropping warheads on people's foreheads. Weighing in at 240 pounds, Bulletproof Troop!
Bulletproof Blake Troop making his singles debut here at Reality of Wrestling. We saw him debut in the Last Stand Rumble just a few weeks ago, but now he stands across the ring from the Savage King.
Now look at the size of this Blake Troop. Not too many people eager to go eye to eye with the Savage King. This is going to be a fight here tonight at Rogue Glory.
Will definitely not want to back from a fight as Blake Troop. We have literally seen him train backstage over the last few weeks, releasing videos on social media, and I don't think I've ever seen anybody hit the weight bag as hard as he does.
Blake Troop looking to get that opportunity. He's getting it here now, and he's already making the most of it.
And that's maybe a style that the Savage King is not very used to seeing. We know the Savage King is more of a brawler, and Blake Troop with a takedown, showing his wrestling skills right out of the gate.
You can already see that Blake Troop brings that mixed martial arts experience here. This is going to be a very different fight for the Savage King. Savage King doesn't usually work by the hour, but Blake Troop again bringing the fight, as it seems like Savage King's almost on defense already.
Well, Blake Troop is also an MMA fighter. Right now he's out of training camp awaiting his next fight. And you know, he's actually also a commentator, so maybe after this match he could come join us up here, Sammy. You don't want him to join us? You can just give me a death stare. As right now, Savage King, he's got that left arm of Blake Troop.
Maybe we were going to bring the Goof Troop over here because we'll always be together, Kirby. But let's see if Blake Troop can get the job done here first against the Savage King.
Well, we know that again, Blake Troop has that MMA background, and while all those are great tools, this is a professional wrestling ring, a completely different fighting style that Blake Troop might be used to.
You got to learn to adapt, and that's what all the superstars here are going to have to do, especially as Reality of Wrestling continues to get bigger and better. We're looking at a draft that's about to happen. Who's going to end up on Platinum? Who's going to end up on Glory?
Well, as we found out last week, we have a new executive manager here for Rogue Glory in the form of former Diamonds champion Ivory Robin, and one of her first things was bringing all brand new talent to Glory, one of them being Blake Troop. As you can see him winding up that right hand, a dynamite right hand, but dodged by the Savage King.
I'm trying to maintain control there. Look at that! Goes for the kick. Oh, wait a minute!
Oh, roll up here. Only gets a 1 count though. And you know, one thing that I saw earlier from Blake Troop, use the ropes to his advantage. In MMA, there are no rope breaks, but here it just shows that he is adapting, as you said, Sammy.
And we'll see if Savage King is able to meet that adaptation there. Brute force. That's the Savage King we know.
Oh, another drop kick there from the Savage King as Blake Troop is retreating to the outside. Now, I don't see too many competitors go out there without shoes. Do you think maybe that will affect the strategy in any kind of way, Sammy?
I think Blake Troop clearly brings the X factor here with that MMA style, but he's already thinking, what did I sign up for against this Savage King? Oh, whoa!
Brings him up over the top rope. Does Blake Troop, and look at this, picks him up with ease, right into the corner, and now with driving those shoulders right into the midsection. putting Savage King in trouble that we've never seen in this capacity before, Sammy.
Now Savage King is in a bad way. Look at these abdomen strikes. I've never seen Savage King backed up here. Blake Troop putting a hurting.
Blake Troop now into the cover there, but a quick kick out. Oh, look at that. He immediately grabs a hold. That is the one thing, again, Sammy, I'm going to keep bringing this up because you mentioned it, and it has been on point. Blake Troop is able to adapt tremendously to this game.
Well, in this ever-growing and changing landscape, professional wrestling continues to grow, continues to evolve. You have to be able to adapt if you're going to survive in these shark-infested waters, and I got to believe Blake Troop is well adept to be able to do that. But first, again, he's got to get past Savage King. You don't think there's any gas left in the tank of Savage King right now?
Savage King has got a gas tank like never before. Even when he's been beat, we've seen him stand up even 10 seconds later. And now Blake Troop trying to be the one that gets the next victory over the Savage King. As again, ladies and gentlemen, we told you there's going to be all kinds of new talent all throughout the night. We're going to see Edge Stone in action later, as well as Aiden Cristiano, and they will both be welcoming all brand new talent, as right now those left hands and right hands just being dropped like bombs by Blake Troop.
So many new faces here at Raw, trying to make a name for themselves, trying to be on the short list. Who gets drafted to Platinum, who gets drafted to Glory, and Blake Troop is making a great argument for himself here and now. But look at the Savage King.
Talk about the gas tank. What about the endurance of the Savage King as he is just getting fired up from these shots to the midsection. And now look at those right hands. Savage King. Oh, almost got caught, but instead, Blake Troop ran right into a boot. And now, the athleticism of Savage King, my God!
There's a reason why Savage King has become the measuring stick, the gatekeeper, the breaker of breakout performers. And showing why right there!
Spine buster plants down Troop. You might be bulletproof, but you might not be Savage King proof. Oh, loaded up with that right hand. And look at this. He folded him in half, and that could be it. 2, and Blake Troop is down.
Just like that.
Savage King once again proving why you've got to be at the top of your game and then some to get a victory here against them at Reality of Wrestling Glory.
Savage King goes from the breaker of breakout performers to seeking eternal glory here at Reality of Wrestling.
Ladies and gentlemen, Edge Stone is up next. Who is he going to welcome to Reality of Wrestling Glory?